Okay. Oh, we're finally back. Oh, it's been a while. Okay, so a little recap since it has been a while since we've been playing this, thanks to a comedy of errors and issues. Um, the last time you guys had to deal with something, it was with the planting that bomb with the Humanist Poly Club. A nice, easy mission, hard for you to screw up.
We did good, Paul. We did good.
Oh, I love that statement. Hard for you to screw up.
Yes. Well, anyways, you screwed it up. You managed to blow up that building, the adjacent several buildings around it, possibly injuring at least hundreds of people, killing, who knows, maybe a few dozen of them. Not to mention spurring a violent conflict near a homeless shelter, thanks to some orcs that you got to act as a distraction, quote unquote. All the while, unbeknownst to you, falling into the machinations of a member of the Humanist Poly Club that was using this as a proof of non-human terrorism upon the organization. As your dwarfs' faces and the orcs' faces and all of that was plastered onto the evening news. And I must say that it worked out probably better than he had originally anticipated. But you got paid.
If I'd known that Leonard was making a fucking nuke with uranium, I would have told him to shove that bomb up his ass, and I'm going to keep the other one.
Yes, he did make a very powerful bomb. And it wasn't shaped to charge like the other one where it was just to blow out like the innards of the building. His was just to go boom in every direction.
His was probably a more slower pushing and tearing bomb.
Yeah. So, with that, you had found yourself zooming out last session, ending the scene with just sitting quietly around the coffee table at home, just sort of in shock as the evening news plays quietly.
Yep.
So this is where we pick up. I'm assuming at that point everyone just sort of does their own thing, kind of goes to bed, maybe to just be by themselves for a little while. No one really fully talking about exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless any of those two need me, my distraction's here. I'm going to bed.
No, I think Marcus would have watched the news, a bit of the... I was just watching and drinking coffee. I had nothing really I could do about that, and, well, the cousins got their job done, so I'm feeling pretty satisfied about that as well. So I'll probably sleep pretty well tonight.
I'm going to have visions of a very large blast playing through my brain the whole time.
Yeah. Well, a couple of you actually felt it as you sat in the Tim Hortons down the street when it went off, and all the glass like shattered or cracked at the very least.
Yeah. It was a very interesting walk home.
So now, the next morning, everyone gets up a little refreshed. The events of yesterday being a little more distant. Actually, we're gonna fast forward a few days. Just you guys sort of recoup. You figured most likely, I imagine, you just kind of want to lay low at least for a few days to a week till let things blow over, things quiet down a bit. Let the internet hate on whatever you did for a while before they switch to an entirely new topic.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
So about a week goes by. Finally, you've got pay, but you're itching to find some work again or something to do. Now, depending on you plan on doing here, you do have your contact number for the main guy that's been fixing you up with jobs. Or if you have anything in particular that maybe you're aiming for wanting to do. What is it that you would like to do at this point? Because there's nothing stopping you from doing your own criminal activities on top of whatever jobs you can find as well.
Well, I know that there's something that I would like to do at some point, but I think everything's still too fresh to move on that, so I'm just going to tuck that one away for a rainy day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think depending on how much time goes past, Marcus would have tried to head to wherever Barkus lives to present them with the party he had promised, the drinks, the probably drugs, those kinds of things. But having watched the news, if he happened to be one of the many arrested, he probably would have hesitated and waited until he knew that he would probably be home.
Well, there is a bit of an issue where probably a good, I'd say at least half of the orcs are probably still in lockup somewhere. Your main cousin that you were dealing with, though, seems to be one of the ones that has either escaped or somehow managed to get out of lockup earlier.
Okay. Does Marcus know any decent defense attorneys in his list of contacts?
Well, you know what? Let's find out. Find out. 1 second. So do a clever roll for me. I'm going to give it to you since you do have a communicator full of contact. Wow. Okay. That's pretty good, actually. So in that case, you've probably had, because you're one of the smarter of the cousins, and one of the more successful of the ones. You've gotten money before. You've been in and out of a mixture of wealth and poverty, and as such, you've gotten in trouble. You've gotten cousins out of trouble, and you have contacted you have a pretty good defense attorney, especially for like meta-human rights issues, since that's obviously what you dealt with a lot. What is his name?
What race is he?
That's a good question. What race is he?
I think he's probably an elf. Probably from the richer part of town that's like maybe uncomfortable with his wealth, so he does a defense attorney thing just to feel better about himself.
Okay.
And that's why he's also very much for like using his privilege to be able to maybe get some of those non-humans off of crimes that maybe they shouldn't. He has that kind of power. So let's see, an elf name. That's that's a good times. Let's take a look here. Let's see, what's a good name here? Sure, Dranor Dortris. Dranor Dortris.
Mr. Dortis.
Okay.
I'm sure some of your cousins call him Mr. Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. You do have someone in your contacts. You have to Mr. Dortis there. A official lawyer, fairly good track record as far as at least getting sentencing lessened or community service instead of jail time, like things like that. Situations where an orc is normally just going to be thrown in the slammer with little to no proper trial, and he actually manages to get it pushed through to have some actual good result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would probably try to give him a call. And also, I would advise kind of the information we had learned from the Humanist Poly Club, like their intention at this homeless shelter. And I'm sorry about Thomas that's making his appearance. Hello, Thomas. Good day to you. But yeah, probably give them a call with the intention to say, hey, I got some money if you can help out my cousins. But also, as you know, this case is fairly high. People are paying attention to it, but they're not telling the full story. Would you like to know the full story? Maybe this could be something for you to take on.
Mr. Dortress, he seems interested. He says, because you got through to him fairly directly. He's used to dealing with you. You got past his secretary, talking with you over the phone. He talks to you and says, well, yeah, I mean, I saw this on the news. What are you mixed up in this? Because I don't think you were one of the ones on the arrest report that I saw.
Oh, Dronora, no, you don't have to worry about Marcus. You know I keep my nose clean these days. But look, as you've seen, a few of my cousins have been involved, and well, I'm not sure that the full story is being told on the local news. I think there's some information that if it got out into the public, well, it might actually be good. But you know what happens to those boys. A story gets told one way and, well, we'll never see them again. And that's just not fair. They were fighting for their own rights. They weren't just out there to cause a ruckus. I think this is a possibility, a potential future for you.
Video's pretty damning evidence there. If you got anything to throw me, I mean, yeah, I can see what I can do to take these boys on. As usual, you and your ilk seem to be my pro bono cases.
I'd pay for this one. Don't worry about it. You'll get your pay. Well, tell me, what do you know about the Humanist Poly Club?
Too much. Everyone knows too much.
Well, I came across some information. I overheard some things after I heard about this incident. I asked around to see what was happening at that shelter, and well, I guess they were, the Humanist Poly Club was forming some kind of human chain or something to keep the unclean, as they called it, out. Something about not wanting anyone but humans to take the slots of this shelter, and well, I guess a few of the cousins got upset about this.
Well, yeah, that's not surprising. It's not the first time something like that's happened. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, is there more to the story, or did really your cousins just kind of get pissed off at the fact that they were doing what they're doing?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I can't tell you the full story. I'm not sure what set off the chain of events, or who said what, or who did what. But I think a further conversation with the individuals charged might be well needed. Something that they're certainly not going to get by the public attorneys that are being offered to them from the state.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll go down and I'll talk to them, see if they want me to take on the case, which I'm sure they probably will, as whatever dickwad they're getting is probably not going to even try anyways, because everyone's going to assume that they're just hopeless cases.
Well, if you do that for me and you're willing to...
down.
Of course. If you're willing to do that for me, you let me know how it goes for you, and I'm more than happy to send 500 credits ahead to you.
Well, it's something. It's more than a pro bono case, so I'll take it.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. I know that they will appreciate it as well. And if there's anything you need, you know I'm here for you as well.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I mean, you say you're not as much in the game lately, but boy, I am good at telling bullshit. And you know what? If sometimes the law can't fix things, I'll keep you in mind if ever I need something that needs a bit of a finer touch.
Of course. Well, you be safe. Take care of yourself. We'll talk again soon, I have no doubt.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Finer touch.
Is that kicking the door in from the wrong way? Is that the finer touch he's talking about? Because I can do that real well.
Well, you don't have to if there's a window and a dumpster,
And a dumpster
near them.
nearby. It's true. It's true.
So, yeah, that seems to be pretty successful as far as you can tell. It looks like your good old buddy there, Mr. Dorito, is going to take on the cases, see what he can do.
Um, I think I would just send a care package then to Barkus's house through our kind of anonymous system. A box of alcohol, whatever, kind of weed and whatever to spice it up. And then there's going to be the card to Mr. Dorito, and just says, looking out for you, cousin, on the back. Not leave any signature or anything like that. And try to leave it as anonymous as I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you call up the driver, which I mean you don't even know his legitimate name for a reason, but you call up driver and you send the stuff on.
Well, that's me.
Okay. So what were you guys hoping to do? So that he ends up sort of settling a few things through the week, making sure his boys are taken care of. Once again, the rest of you have just kind of been laying low. It looks like Leonard has actually decided to fully retreat off to, you don't know if it's a fair friend or family or something like that, but he's decided to sort of lay low for a week or two, and has actually, you don't know if he's left the city or just left like to somewhere.
Well, I personally, after realizing that we've been proverbially double-crossed, I feel the need to do some imminent violence.
Okay.
So that's the kind of job I'm be looking for. But I'm going to be looking for like just totally corporate kind of work.
Okay, and how are you going to be looking for this work? Are you calling up your fixer, or are you going to see if you can find someone else that might be able to comb you up some sort of gig?
Well, I'm still feeling rather dirty about the last time we had our fixer over, because something strange took a hold of me, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm actually going to look for a different source of hookup.
Okay. All right. So if you're going to be looking for a different source of hookup, how are you going about this? How are you going about looking around? Are you talking to people? Are you going through specific informants or contacts? Is there maybe on the internet or through the matrix of some kind?
Craigslist.
Craigslist. Just hanging around at Timmy's and hoping one of the old guys there is like, yeah, sure, I got something you can do.
I will actually let's see, I'm looking and seeing what I have. Of course, don't really have anything geared towards this.
You were a fighter, not a talker.
I know. I don't know. I'm gonna be silly. It's not really my place. I'm gonna go out on the web and look.
Okay.
Just get into shit out there. Just bring
Awesome.
it home.
Borrow my laptop.
Makes me wish there was an awkward approach. Okay. 1, 2. So you're not very good at this. I'm not gonna say it's clever. You're not very good at being flashy. This isn't something I would normally do for an online approach, but I'm gonna say a forceful roll.
Yes, I'm being forceful. All right.
Like you're getting like you're in the middle of asking for things. You're falling prey to internet trolls. You're getting all heated. Like the other guys see you maybe like, you've got like a communal computer in the flat, and they see you just like fuming as you're fucking typing on this computer.
I will find it.
And to not a very not a very good result. So far you seem to be coming up with bupkis. Is there anything you wanted to try and like, do you want to succeed at a major cost? Or do you want to invoke an aspect? I'm going to say that at the moment, because you're not experienced at this and you are just randomly trying to go on the internet to find jobs, you're looking at about a difficulty of 3. So right now you're failing by 3. I mean, you can succeed at a major cost, or you can try to invoke a couple of aspects, or like if you invoke one aspect and hope you reroll and you reroll well.
You know what? I'm gonna bite that hook. I'm gonna bite that hook and make you love me. I'm gonna succeed at a major cost.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh boy.
So yes,
I told you I was gonna get us into trouble tonight.
You okay? That's gonna change a little bit what I wanted to do here. So 1 second.
Tab. Open this tab. Control F.
Yep.
Find. Search. Quick roll.
No, I've got like backup plans in case you end up doing a different mission than I thought you were going to, which it looks like things might change.
Sagath in a public library. Breaks a computer. Faces a librarian.
With barbarian level. See, it's way too soon to go whack the dude with his own bombs. So I put that one's shoved to the side for a while.
Okay, you succeeded a major cost. So I am going to give you I'm actually going to give you a couple of options here. You get 2 things, 2 little leads so far. One of them is you do hear sort of like you're on like, I don't know, like local Reddit or something, and you just happen to mention that someone knows that Doc Ida is looking for someone to help her with moving her medical supplies or something. Seems like a simple thing, but the way it's worded, you have a feeling there's more to it than simply helping her move like some furniture. Also, there does seem to be someone that needs help with business practices with their competitors. They're being just almost as clueless online as you're being, and they state that they're being run out of town by a local business, and they need someone that's willing to go that extra step to convince them or something that to maybe either move out of town or stop what they're doing. The details are very vague. They're smart enough not to put them, but there is like a contact. It's like an anonymous like burner comm number.
Nice. So,
and then when you mention, if you do mention to the other guys anything about Doc Ida, or as you're like fuming on the computer and you're sort of randomly saying shit as you're going on and whatnot, I believe it was TikTok was the one that already ran into her once.
yes. He
So-
went to her to get fixed.
Yeah,
not
and
her.
he's sort of like milling about in the area, but he would mention that, oh yeah, I know her.
Dr. Alba?
Yes.
Okay, I wrote down.
Oh wait, I trained you. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
Just so used to some players not taking notes, and now I have a whole table full of players who take really extensive notes. It's great.
Gave me a few for over 10 years.
I know. And what's my or do I get to know my complication or my consequence?
You have no idea.
Okay, cool. So I mumble. I'm like, so do we want to help some guys run some other guys out of town? I think is what this is saying. Or do we want to help the doc local move some medical supplies?
Well, God, I was kind of looking forward to a bit of a fight there at the Jimenez Poly Club. I feel like you and we didn't get our opportunity. I'd be
But
down.
on the same hand, I also feel after our lack of appropriate execution of the last plan, I feel we may owe some community service.
I take
TikTok
no
says-
claim to what that little Len did. He's on his own with that.
Okay, so it sounds like I'm calling the burner phone.
Okay.
If the doc really needs help, she can get a hold of TikTok. He's
Doc
off.
Ida Alba will wait. Not a problem. So the burner phone. Okay. Oh well, I mean you're contacting it's BurnerCon.
Mhm.
It's all multimedia, face, voice, text, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So you contact it. Let me bring it. Okay. You contact it. How are you doing? Is it just voice? Are you doing text?
I'll do voice.
Okay. So you go to contact in with voice, and the dipshit that replies actually replies with like unblurred video. And
Bonus.
you see a man in like a white fedora, fairly colorful looking suit, sort of fumbling around with a device. You can see the whole thing moving. And you hear him go, I think it's on. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, yes, sorry. I don't normally use these things here. What do you want?
I called you because this was a number given on a certain business advertisement.
Okay, good. I'm just, I'm making sure. I don't normally do these types of things. Yeah, I'm sort of new to this. I'm sort of new to this whole thing ever since my father gave me this business to run. But that's no, it's neither here nor there. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's a good to speak over communications like this. Do you want to meet up or something?
Sure.
Good. Okay. Great. Where do you people normally meet for these types of things?
Pick a Tim Hortons.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Okay. And he states up Tim Hortons that's it's probably a little bit of a drive away. Still in the same sector of the city, so you don't have to cross any walls, but it's not that close to you.
And now you tell me when?
Oh, yes. Tonight at 8.
That will work.
Yes. Do I will I will be the one wearing the rose on my lapel so you can recognize it.
Okay. I will be the one who brings you a triple.
Okay. Oh, good. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll meet you there at 8.
Sounds good. And before we close, I'm gonna make sure if I haven't been capturing video this whole time, I make sure I snap a couple of pictures of this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you're guessing by the way, like he's like as he's talking to you, he's like picking his nose and stuff like that. You're guessing he doesn't know video's on. And then the call just cuts.
Well, that was awkward. But I think I did it. We're meeting a gentleman about a job at 8. It's near the other side of the district, but hey, we don't have to cross the walls, so good.
All right. Doc, you've been quiet. What's going on over there?
Polishing my new cane.
Literally polishing his knob.
I thought you had women for that.
Oh, that was done last night. I'm talking about this cane. I hold up
Hmm.
my fancy cane with the new Cobra head on it. So what's
So
the
we
job?
Don't know any of the particulars yet, but we're meeting the guy face to face at a Timmy's. Sounds legit.
Hmm.
Oh, and he looks like, not as far as I know, and he looks like this. I hold up a picture of his.
I'm assuming nobody I recognize.
Looks trustworthy.
No.
Well, he looks like he's been to Cuba a few times. At least his hat has. Oh, well, guess that means I have to get dressed up.
Gotta get into your fancy Tim Hortons clothes.
Yeah, my fancy Tim Hortons clothes. All the
Okay.
fancy clothes.
So you get yourself together for the day, waiting around till closer to 8, and then is it just you that's going to be going, or is anyone else going to be going as well?
I intend on taking people with me.
Okay. So Madrick, Marcus, everyone else seems to be busy or hiding or something at the moment. Are you two gonna go with Sagath?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could
I'm
eat.
not sitting around going stir crazy.
Last
Yep.
time Marcus was in a Timmy's, he saw buildings explode. So who knows what kind of fireworks he might see tonight. It's an exciting place to be.
And by this point in the future, Tim Hortons has expanded their menus so greatly that they have things like falafel and lasagna and sushi and
Fucking sushi, really?
All right. Be adventurous.
sense.
I mean they just
Some
keep
Hortons sushi.
expanding, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta figure that in dystopian future, Canada, like Tim Hortons has driven out almost every other chain, other than like maybe the Golden Arches. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody else is gone.
Well, you can't afford to go to McDonald's now. That's too ritzy of a restaurant in these times.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
It's a-
5-star restaurant.
Yeah, it's Demolition Man level of Taco Bell. So,
Still serves real meat. Real meat.
at the Arches maybe.
It's all
Yeah.
soy.
So you guys catch a cab or an Uber or something like that over to that side of town. Once again, by 8 p.m. it's getting pretty dark. It's the sun is already set. The only glow you're getting is from the street lamps, and of course, it's quite overcast, and it's not snowing at least this time, but it's overcast enough that the light sort of bounces back down. The whole thing has this like orangey pinkish glow about it as you go down the streets. It's relatively quiet. It's sort of the middle of the week, and you guys, I'm assuming, get a little bit down the street from the Tim Hortons, being as paranoid as you usually are, and walk up to it. And it's 8 o'clock. It's a Timmy's. They're always busy, no matter where they are at this point. It's not like lineups or anything, but there are people in there. As you approach, you can already see a man in a white suit with a white hat and a big rose on his like lapel, sitting with 2 cups in front of him in one of like the booths.
Okay. I am, of course, going to go order a triple.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you who are unaware, in
So that
Canada,
that's just
in Canada at Tim Hortons, because it's such a cultural thing, you are able to walk in and there's a specific way that you can order your coffee, to which they already know what they put in it. So if you walk in, and the most common is the double, which means two sugar, 2 cream. So a triple is 3 sugar, 3 cream. Also known as, God, that's a lot. Not as bad as like the one woman who orders 5 cream, 6 sugar.
Oh no, the worst is when somebody orders the Gretzky. It's a 9 by 9.
Oh my
God, there's no coffee in that.
No, it's cream and sugar with a couple drops of coffee.
Having worked for a certain coffee distributor that shall not be named for a while, I've had some very disgusting drinks I've had to serve in my time. A 17 shot white mocha. That's 17 white mocha pumps. We normally do about 5 in a large. That's the heart attack. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, we have the finer details of coffee making here.
Indeed.
You're like discussing this amongst yourselves as you're walking in.
Didn't think you were gonna get this on the internet tonight, did ya? Anyways, yeah. So I ordered the triple, and it's winter. I'm Canadian, so I order an ice cap.
Is roll up going right now?
No, it is not. It's not roll up the rim season.
That's why there's no lineup.
That's why there's no lineup. They do, however, have the smiley face cookies.
Oh, I'm totally getting one of those then.
Marcus would probably order 2 or 3 meals just for himself, just more food than he needs, but he's hungry. And work to find a table nearby, but he's not here for the meeting. He's here to eat. That's his thing.
They're casual backup.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sagoth's baby. They're casual
hungry.
backup.
Maldrick, are you going to be sitting with Sagoth, or are you going to also sort of sit separate?
Oh well, I'm gonna be in the lineup once it's my turn to order. I'll get myself a large Earl Grey, 2 sugars, 1 milk, and some teriyaki rolls.
Okay. All right, getting some Timmy sushi. Got it. Sagoth, you go to sit down. I'm assuming, yes, or at least you approach.
Oh, I approach. I'm like, sir, that's a lovely red flower you have there. So lovely, in fact, I want to give you this triple.
Oh, well, I have a friend coming. I've already got him an extra triple here. I was supposed to buy him. Thanks though.
No, we talked earlier. I was supposed to bring you a triple. That's how you would know it was me.
I get it. Ha. Wow, we get a lot of coffees now.
That's fine. It might be a long meeting.
Oh, well, sit down, sir. What's your name?
Just call me Knife.
Knife.
Yeah, or
Okay.
Kevin. One of the two. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go with Kevin because that's a little less intimidating, a little more normal.
Okay.
Oh, names. I never even thought about names like that. Yeah. Call me Bartholomew.
All right, Bartholomew.
So it's not too bad. It's busy here, but I think we can. I think if we don't raise our voices too much, I think it'll be fine.
Don't whisper. Let's talk.
Yeah, right. Of course. So, do you ever watch the horses that at the tracks, bet on the horses, gamble and the gambling on the horses?
I can't say that I do.
Okay. Not a lot of people do anymore, unfortunately. It's a bit of a failing business, but my father, when he passed, he gave me his track, and I've been doing pretty good with it. I'm expanding. We're doing other things. We're racing like things other than horses, whatever we can find. Not a lot of people. I mean, after some issues with some doping and BioWare scandals, the track's seen better days. Unfortunately, what's making things harder is that there's this new track that opened up, but it's like this virtual horse track, which everything seems to be checked out by the corpse and is like all like legit and things, and they get checked regularly for tampering, and everyone trusts them. There are no worries about BioWare doping schemes since it's all run with internal servers. And I mean, they're gonna ruin me if I need them gone. Like either their reputation or just them, or I just need them gone. I mean, I think I can rebuild this track, but they're in my way. You do that, right?
You've told me what you want done.
Yes.
Now you tell me what you're willing to recompense to have it done.
Oh, yes. How much do your services normally go for?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yes.
Okay. How many people on your team am I paying for?
There are 7 of us.
7 of you.
Yes.
7 of. Oh, that's a lot. But I mean, maybe it's not a lot. I don't know how this thing normally goes. For the whole job, let me see here. Is 100 enough?
I am assuming that there is a letter K behind that.
Yeah, 100,000.
I think we can talk.
Okay. Good. You've done stuff like this before, right? Like you've
and you are talking 100,000 new yen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, we've done this kind of before.
Good. I mean, I don't probably need to know the details, I guess.
If you watched the news last week, you saw some.
Oh, were you part of the thing with the ice cream company?
No, we were something else.
The park mugging with the dogs?
No, definitely different than that.
The children's balloon factory?
Do I look like I deal in balloons?
Would you be upset if I said yes?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Good.
We're on the news last week. That's all you need. We made the news.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I was in the news before. Yeah. So, yeah, sooner the better if you could. I mean, my business has a hard time every day.
And what is the name of this competitor you need us to smear or remove?
It's just called the Tri-Virtual Horse Track.
Tri-Virtual Horse Track. All right. Well.
Arcus.
Yep.
While they're talking, I'm assuming like me and Marcus are sitting relatively close by, where we can kind of overhear a little bit.
Yeah, you're just like a table over and then down like one, so
once
that you're like kitty corner.
Yeah, once they start throwing out figures and numbers, I like while I'm sipping at my Earl Grey, I'm just like scanning the Tim Hortons to see if anyone else might be paying attention.
Roll a careful for me.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You're not noticing anything at the moment. I mean, did you want to really push yourself and maybe invoke something to push it a little bit, or to succeed at a major cost?
Yeah, playing at the poker tables for so long, you learn how to read people. So I'm going to invoke my read you like a book.
Okay.
That'll give me a +2.
You sure you don't want any tots? They're quite good. They just.
Okay, so that is enough at the moment that they're blending in fairly well, and you almost didn't notice them, but then you did notice that there's one guy who's like, there's a couple of guys there, and they're like sort of like talking back and forth jovially and things like this, and one guy seems to be playing a game on his phone. But as you scan past and you're just like, yeah, whatever, you happen to catch a glimpse in the reflection of the window behind him as he's sitting beside the window, and you realize he's not playing a game on his phone, and he seems to be taking a video of Sagath at the table.
Okay. While I have the Earl Grey held up to my mouth, I'll look at Marcus in the eye and be like, Sagath has got some fans.
Marcus kind of looks like fans. I'm the only one that should be getting fans. What are you talking about, Doc?
When they're not paying attention to me, I'm going to try and like snap a picture of them.
Okay. And you're trying to do it without being noticed?
Yeah, I guess that'd be another careful.
Yeah, that'd be yeah, I'd say that'd be careful.
God damn it.
Let's see if they notice you. Huh? You know what? They are pretty clueless at the moment.
It's like phones down at the side. I'm just.
I am going to, because of where their priorities lie and how detailed they're being about this, I'm going to invoke Megacorpse first, everything else third. And I'm going to bring that up to a +2, so I am currently succeeding for noticing you take the picture. Did you want to rebuttal that with something?
Am I able to help him with this?
Yeah, I would allow if you wanted to assist him with it. You can just you can basically either just assist him right out the bat, give him a +2, or if you want to assist him by also invoking something, you could give him the +2 and then the additional +2 from the invoke.
Yeah, I think I want to invoke my Orcish Anti-Mage Gladiator as I stand up. Like I'll look to a table and just give him a big smile. It is me. Like try to make a. I just heard someone else has fans and I want fans. As I pick up to like take my garbage over to one of the bins. Ah, hello. Yes, it is. It's great to see you.
So that brings Madrick up to a 5. So he's currently succeeding with style. I'm just gonna let him stay with that for now. Oh, I can get... So what I'm going to do for Madrick, since he's succeeding with style, is you have a temporary aspect on you that you've got 1 free invoke of.
Totally not suspicious. Yay!
Totally not suspicious.
Yeah, as you completely blended into the background. Marcus took all the attention there, and you're able to snap your picture of the person doing it, and no one's paying any attention to you.
Alrighty. Okay. And I won't pay any more attention to them. I'll just be listening in on the conversation of what Scott and what's his face is going on about.
Okay. So back to the conversation with Sagath and Bartholomew. What? So yeah, he's just sort of sitting there twiddling his thumbs, and obviously not knowing what to do next, or if he ends it, or what's going on.
All right. So this is the point where you give me another way to contact you, so that I can tell you when the job is done, so that you pay us.
You can't just use the same one. It's got to be. Does it have to be different?
You are supposed to get rid of that one after you're done using it.
Oh.
That's why they call it a burner.
Oh. Okay. I will. I don't have another one yet. You could just come to my racetrack.
Sure. Where's that?
The Lucky Star racetrack.
Lucky Star.
I mean, there's not a lot of racetracks in Toronto. I mean, I think I'm the only one with the actual horses left.
Okay. Well then, yes, I'll come to you when the job is done.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can have the coffees, both the coffees if you want. I mean, I already have a coffee. I don't think I need more coffee.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And you have yourself a great day, and hopefully I will hear from you again, Kevin.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
And with that, he like stands up and he like awkwardly like puts his hand out for a moment and then sort of retracts it, like where he realizes maybe he shouldn't do that, and then he just kind of like turns around really quickly and heads out the door of the party. So, what are you doing?
Sagath, your phone bings with a text. It's just
Yeah,
a
I looked
question
at it.
mark.
After I've done taking the trash, I've stepped outside and lit up a smoke. I'm just kind of smoking and kind of watching. I I think once I see the individual get up from Sagath and begin to walk, I'll just keep an eye on him as he walks out and just kind of see where he goes, what kind of car he gets into. He seems to be a man of wealth, so let's see if that actually is the case. Does he get into a vehicle that represents that or not?
When he goes to the parking lot, he heads over to what looks like a fairly nice like Toyota, probably one of the higher end models. It's not like a super swanky sports car, but it's not a cheap vehicle by any means. And he gets into the driver's seat. It's obviously his. His keys open it up, and he takes off.
Does anybody seem to come out after him, or vehicles that take out to follow him, or anything like that?
No vehicles seem to follow him. Madrick, you do notice when he leaves and heads to the parking lot towards his car, the guy that's quote unquote playing the phone game on his phone does aim his phone outwards as if to keep tracking the video on that guy.
Okay. I will send Sagath the picture of the dude or the dudes that I've taken with a small little caption underneath it: "Your fans / audience."
Cool. Well, I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom.
Okay. You do so. You get up, you go to the washroom. The guys don't seem to move. And after probably a few minutes, like less than 5 minutes after the guy actually leaves, these guys get up and they go to leave as well.
Good. At that point, I would like to counterfollow them.
Okay. Well, that would be sneaky. So I'm going to have you roll a sneaky roll for me as you attempt to follow them without being noticed. Okay. Yep. At the moment, you're not noticing them, or they're not noticing you at all. You're hiding like the exit way of the door itself, as they all pile into this van, nondescript van. It's in fairly good condition, all things considering, but it's just this nondescript, relatively windowless van for the most part, where they begin to take off.
Windowless in the way that like an elf could cling to the back and they might not notice.
Possibly, yeah. So if you're going to try and do that, I'm going to say that's probably quick. Go ahead and roll a quick. That's enough. Yes, they're not going terribly fast at first. So you sort of climb onto the back, and you are able to hold on as the van takes off. Marcus, since you were keeping an eye outside, you noticed like as these guys take off and the van takes off, Sagath just sort of on the back of it.
Yeah, I see that and quickly look over to the window and like rap on the glass real quick, like trying to get the doc's attention.
I finished playing Candy Crush and I look up.
I'm like,
Oh, all right. I'll put my jacket on, pick up my cane, and toss out my garbage.
Okay.
And I'll follow outside and just be like, okay, what's up?
Gat just, well, it looks like he hitched a ride. Did he say anything about us following, or wait for him to reach out to, who was that?
He was probably following these guys, and I finally showed Marcus the picture.
Okay.
These were his fans, the ones that were listening in a little too closely on the conversation. So a couple red flags have gone up as I pull out a cigarette and I light it up. Either A, they're working for the company that this guy wants us to put under. B, they're police and this is a sting. Or C, there's some toughs that heard a large number of money get thrown around and potentially might want to get a cut in on this.
Well, that's all well and great and a lot of big words and stuff. You didn't answer my question, though. Should we be following him or not?
Start running.
All right.
Get back here. I'll call the Uber.
I probably run into the parking lot, stop, realize you're not with me, turn around, kind of.
You get like 2 feet. My cane catches on your hoodie.
Yeah.
All right. If you call like the Uber, like it estimates approximately 8 minutes until arrival.
I'll shoot Sagoth a message and be like, info when you can.
Okay. Sagoth, that would sort of pop up for you. I mean, you're all cybered up, so I'm assuming you can receive messages like that.
Oh yeah.
On a HUD.
Yep.
So you get that. Meanwhile, you are riding on the back of a van. Yeah, you're just are you just remaining to hold on the back of it?
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna keep like. Well, eventually, I guess I'm gonna crawl on top.
Okay, you're gonna crawl on top of the van.
Yeah.
Okay. The van starts to meander through the various streets. I'm gonna keep your same sneaky roll for now. You've really flattened yourself on the top of this van. No one seems to be noticing you, or at least a few people that might have noticed you, like maybe other trucks or something on the road, are just like, whatever. There's another crazy guy in a van. And for the most part,
be a Sunday.
Yeah, they're not. No one's worried about it.
I'm just gonna call him once we get into the Uber.
Okay. Yeah, you get an incoming beeping.
I'm gonna put it to video only.
Okay.
And I'll look at a street sign as I pass.
Okay. I notify the driver to head that direction and stand by for updates.
Okay. You start heading that direction. You're about 8 to 10 minutes behind them. As they wind through the streets, it's once again it's very cold, bitterly cold, especially since you're on the top of a van as you're going through the streets. We're gonna wait till he's done.
Cats being cats.
Yes, sorry about that. Cat on the oven,
Maximus.
going after the leftovers from. Or what's in the pan.
Yes. So once again, bitterly cold on top of the van.
Woohoo!
As you're riding through, the van weaves in and through the streets. Eventually, however, it seems to slow down and looks like it's about to turn through a gated parking lot with a big sign over top of it that says Lone Star.
All right. At that, I'm going to. Is it just a gate, or does it appear to have like scanners on it?
There's guards there. There appear to be cameras and scanners. Lone Star is, for those that don't know what it is, since we're pulling it from the lore of, I think that's Shadowrun. That's basically what the corporations use as the police instead of an actual police force.
Goody.
They're like the corporatized police force.
So at that point, I'm going to exit the top of the van onto a nearby building.
Okay. Onto a building. How are you doing that? Because they're like at the edge of a street, sort of turning into this open parking lot.
Okay. Is there a lamppost?
Yeah, sure. I'd say there'd be lampposts. Yeah.
I'll Spider-Man climb to the. I'll hop.
Okay.
Spider-Man mount the top of a lamppost.
Okay.
I am Genji after all.
Yes, you are. So I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you do a sneaky to see if the guards or people in the vehicle or cameras or anything else see you.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay, well, I am going to dystopian future. We just call it home. That's because there are cameras everywhere. I'm going to invoke that to bring mine up to a 4.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm just seeing which aspect I want to invoke.
Yep.
I think I'm going to invoke.
Keep it flowing.
Yeah, I'm working. Sorry, I'm gonna invoke society is like an onion. It has layers and it stinks.
Okay, and why would this help your situation?
Because it's at just that point that from a also from the same area that we're coming from, a bunch of drunks who appear to have wandered down the wrong alley or the wrong street show up, and they're gonna like
You
try to.
You also want to declare a narrative detail? If you're adding something to the scene, that would be weird. Is that what I'm asking? Is that what you're asking? You want to add something to the scene?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we can still do it as an invoke, I guess. So we'll spend the point. Okay, and then society's like an onion. Basically, instead of being specific that there are drunks being added to the scene, just that there's other things going on that are also causing a ruckus in the area.
Yes.
Which will add on. You're doing a +2, or you're re-rolling?
I'm doing a +2.
Okay, so you're at 6. I'm at 4. But since these guys are pros and then Megacorp's come first and everyone else is third, we're both at 6.
All right. I'm going to use a stunt.
Okay, what stunt are you gonna use?
Only the wind will see me go.
Okay.
At the cost of fate point, I may exit the scene, passing from sight.
You ninja vanish. Poof.
They thought I was there, and
Okay, in that case, that's just an auto success because you just vanished. So I'm just gonna give it to you. So in that case, yes. As you do that, you steal everything, all of your ninja training, basically your cyber ninja training, and you manage to basically instead of being able to get to on top of another building, you realize you have to fully leave the scene because if you go up, they're going to see you. So as another passing transport truck goes by, you actually roll underneath and then clutch onto the bottom of it. as it rolls away.
Good with that.
You guys are following to the last given location. Sagath, are you updating them again that you left that?
I will, because as soon as the truck passes through another intersection nearby, I'll just roll out from under it and snap a picture of
Okay.
that signpost, and then wait for them to pick me up.
Okay, so you guys get some new information on where to go, and you go and you find Sagath waiting on a street corner in a random part of town.
I'll update the driver.
Yep.
Yeah, just down this way and then turn right.
The driver brings you there, and you see Sagath on the street corner.
There is my lady of the evening.
Swing open the door. Well, hey there. You looking for a ride?
I hate you both. But yes, and I get in the car.
So,
You get into the car.
what was that all about? You kind of disappeared on us just then.
Well, things may have gotten a bit more interesting than we originally planned.
What is it with you and your shadows, both of you? Just speak words. Enough with this round the block nonsense.
Let's put it this way. Lone Star has interests in our track friend.
Great. Well, what was that? 100? 100,000? Is that what we heard?
That is correct.
Seems a little high.
Seems he's a little desperate.
So either the police have their nose stuck in it, or this is a sting.
Or it could just be that the Megacorps are interested in keeping his competition is a Megacorp sponsored virtual racetrack.
You said that you got this information online. Where?
Kijiji?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, no wonder why everybody knows.
Did I do something wrong? Seemed like a legitimate site for getting job placements.
You might be able to save this. It's just that this quote unquote fixer is dumb.
Oh, he's not a fixer. He's the Johnson as
Oh my fucking god!
He's who we're working for.
You had a face to face with the Johnson. Oh,
I did. I literally am smiling ear to ear at this, which as an elf is huge. Just no middleman this time.
This girl is dirty. I love it.
Okay. Well, that's one way of putting it. So, there we are. The good thing is he doesn't really care how we take care of his problem. He's just wants it taken care of. We can either make them physically go away or disgrace them to the point where he gets his business back.
You know, there's always a problem with these Megacorp sponsored businesses. They're kind of like a weed. No matter how much time, effort we take into taking them out, they always seem to spring up again.
True. And if that springing up again and us having to weed the garden again brings us another 100K, I think I'm fine with it.
Here's the thing, darling. You're dealing with Megacorps.
Yes.
They know about this.
Yes.
This guy posts this on the public internet. They know about this. So I would keep a close eye on your emails or your phone in the next few days, because somebody's going to come up to you with either a tempting offer or a threat.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
So the tempting offer might be to, hey, this guy is old-fashioned. We want him out.
And if they double the price, say yes.
They might double the price, or they might have your legs broke.
My legs are a lot harder to break than you think.
You know,
Also,
I'm not
I happen
always
to have
the.
a bomb.
Go ahead.
No, that was all he was saying. I also happen to have a bomb.
I'm not the best with money, but if this individual is being squeezed out by the megacorps, what makes you think he has 100,000 to actually pay for such services? That's more than we've ever been offered before.
I'm on my phone right now looking this guy up.
Okay.
Just like his racetrack and like how's he doing? Is he doing really well? Is he doing badly? Is he going under? Is he committing bankruptcy?
Okay. Looking it up right off the bat, even just like with a quick Google search, you can find a bit about him. Because there was a thing about his father being apparently dying under suspicious circumstances 10 months ago, and how he was a successor to a failing empire, basically. It was a private but independently wealthy individual that had staved off being sold to the corpse. That had a business that's, I mean, in the modern market's been sort of failing. I mean, it's only been a matter of time till something like this virtual racetrack came by and was going to be the final nail in the coffin. So, as far as you can tell, this has been going on for a bit. The racetrack itself is a fairly old track. It's been there for nearly a century. It's sort of been handed down through the generations. Although at one point maybe sold off between people. And yeah, it all seems, as far as you can tell with a cursory glance, all seems to be legit, all on the up and up.
So there's nothing like he's filed for bankruptcy or anything like that, or
The only words you've seen in that show that he's struggling is the word, literally calling it a failing empire. And then,
But
like,
even a failing
news,
empire is still an empire.
yeah, the news people like would even say, like, can he even pull this back from the brink of disaster?
okay. I'm gonna start browsing other like news channels about this guy in his track, Reddit or something like that.
Okay.
Go for all the dirt.
I mean, like a quick, like normal, once again, a quick normal search and just other media and whatnot, you get roughly the same thing. If you want to do more of an in-depth computer search, although you don't really seem to be the type to have like the skills for that type of.
No, neither one of our people are free to do this, so I'm just gonna do the basic. If that's all I get, that's all I get.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get out of it, as far as you know. Words like failing empire, his father was killed, and he's attempting to revitalize what appears to be a dying market.
Sounds like the megacorp is trying to push this guy out, and he's just trying to keep his head above water.
Which is pretty much what he said.
However, if the megacorp does contact us and say they know what you look like, they were taking pictures of you, sir. If they can't tempt you with honey, they'll try something a little less sweet.
Were they taking pictures of me, or were they taking pictures
The both of you. You two canoodling in the corner.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how it works when they come.
So, what are you doing at this point then?
Well, our driver, I'm assuming, is probably taking us home unless somebody else wants to go and check out something else. And I'm just looking up this other digital racetrack that he wants us to throw under the bus.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good with heading home while he picks up stuff.
Okay. What is Marcus going to be doing at this time?
You know, Marcus has gotten paid recently, and we've been talking about horse tracks, and that money is just kind of burning in his pocket. So as they head upstairs, he's going to hang out outside, light up a smoke, and then ask for the driver to take him off to the virtual casino.
He's
He's just going to go. He's going to spend some money.
Okay, so you're going to go to the tri-virtual track?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
It's got to be
yeah,
running
yeah.
24 hours a day if it's virtual.
You get there, and it does seem to be the type of business that does indeed run 24 hours a day. You get there, and it's an interesting mix. It is not super ritzy or classy, but at the same time, not like seedy and dirty or anything. It's very middle of the line. It looks like they're trying to cater to a little bit of both audiences, so they're not alienating from anyone. There's this nice modern sign that just says that says the name, the Tri-Virtual Racetrack, and then there's a picture of this basically like neon sign horse to give that element of it being like a virtual horse. You go in, and it looks like there's more than one racetrack at a time. They're sort of split up by what they race. They sort of switch out, like as you go in one of the racetracks, it switches from horses to velociraptor. And they sort of switch out. There's another racetrack that for some reason is showing like children's cartoons character, and that one's saying family friendly, bring in the kids, and there's advertisements popping up. There's several bars. It's a very large place. It's multiple levels. You're guessing it's probably a 3-story building going up, and by the looks of it, there's probably even more going down. It's set up more like a casino, but it's nothing but these virtual racetrack. And there are even a couple of the racetracks that say full environment only, and there's no screens or anything. There's just places for people to sit.
How busy is it?
Pretty busier than you thought it would be, considering watching races isn't really as much of a thing these days. But it looks like the fact that they have all these oddball races and special themes going on, as well as the fact that it looks like there's probably some half decent bars in here as well. The place is going pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Even for middle of the week, there's quite a sizable number of people here.
Okay.
One thing you will notice is of the staff, people tending bar, the wait staff, people running the place, 100% elves.
Yeah, I think I would probably spend some time with some alcohol and those velociraptors and probably burn some cash just playing the game, just enjoying the environment, just seeing what it's all about. I don't think I'd be all that worried about looking for anything in particular. I think it was more just I got that itch in the back of my ear to just go and see what this is all about. Yeah, I guess the only thing I'd be looking at is just trying to get an idea. Does this place seem to be fairly popular, more popular than what a dying or Empire track might actually be?
It does seem to be a lot more popular.
Yeah.
A lot more people here. Like I said, it's a weird mixture of people. There's some people that are obviously a little higher up in the social ladder. There's some people here that only have a few bucks to their name, but they want to spend it on, you know, the virtual horses. There's even, like I said, there's like the family friendly section where there's like the area where the kids can bet on their favorite cartoon characters. And there's like, when they get bored of that, they can go eat some chicken nuggies and play in the play center while their parents go on the gamble.
Yeah, so probably once I've lost a decent amount, I don't know if you want me to roll to see how much money I end up losing.
Well, if you're actually willing to take some risks on it and whatnot, how are you approaching betting on these things? Are you actually
the biggest, whatever he thinks is the strongest, like the most veiny? It doesn't matter if they're virtual. Like, he's just looking at physique more than anything.
Okay. I'm gonna go with quick then, because you're just doing sort of a snap judgment on by like the raw looks of what they are. Okay. It's not too bad. I'm gonna say you lost 2,000.
Okay. So it's kind of
hard to break even at this point, because I mean it's built that you lose the majority of the time. That's how these things work. But you didn't lose as much as, like, you had some small wins. Yeah, some medium-sized losses, nothing catastrophic. You had a good time. You got some drinks. They got some nicely dressed women there as well that come and you know, do some. They flash a little bit at you, sort of maybe bend over a little too often to pick up a dropped napkin, that type of thing to keep your attention in the area. All in all, it's a fairly decent time.
Yeah, no, I have a great time. Probably drink a little bit too much and end up making quite a ruckus coming through the door when I go home.
I will give you one piece of information that you noticed since you're sort of checking the place out while you're there as well. One thing that seems odd, but also very important in this day and age in your society, all of the systems, every single one of the systems seem to be hardwired through actual cables. There's nothing wireless in this.
I probably trip over one as I'm stumbling around. Awesome. Yeah, I once I've lost money, I feel like I've drank enough. I'd probably call an Uber and head back home. Probably having spent quite a few hours there.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So you got there at about, say, 10. Yeah. You get back at like 2 a.m. So Marcus comes stumbling in at 2 a.m, half blind drunk and smelling of good times.
That was the life. I lost a lot of money tonight. Why is it so quiet in this house? Go over and turn on the music.
Why are you drunk?
Why aren't you? I saw a lot of yous tonight.
It's a Wednesday. That's why I'm not drunk.
Wednesday? That doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday now. I think. Anyways, what have you been doing tonight? I was betting on dinosaurs. I lost, but they had these big ones, and they had the sharpest teeth you've ever seen, and they ran around a lot. And did you know that kids could do stuff like, as a kid, you could come and do that's? I've never heard of that before ever. That's awesome. I wish I had as a kid.
I don't know if I would call that awesome.
No, what? They get to make money as a kid. What's better than that? Yeah.
How much money did you make?
I lost count. I had experiences.
Lost count of how much you lost?
Well, you know, the dinosaurs there, the big ones, they weren't always the fastest, but
you gotta spend money to make money, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, Interesting.
While they're talking and the music's bumping,
Yep.
I'll walk out of my bedroom wearing a house coat, looking all disheveled, when I like just woke up from my beauty sleep. Walk over to the I'm assuming like stereo system.
Yep.
Push it off the table and unplug it.
Okay.
And I'll walk back into my bedroom.
The door slams behind him.
I don't know, God. I like grab another bar from the fridge and sit down. I don't think this place is gonna go anywhere. They got everything. They've got the pretty girls, and they've got the drinks, and oh, so many drinks they have, and they've got everything you could want. You want to bet on horses? You can bet on horses and dinosaurs, and they had like the Flintstones. You remember the Flintstones? They running around with their bare feet and stuff for the kids. I don't know. I don't know.
So you're saying that you want to not take the job?
Well, I mean, this job's in your lap, so however you want to play with it, I'm with you all the way. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Did you go to the other track?
I forgot what it was called. So I didn't have time. Maybe I'll go there tomorrow. Maybe. You could go.
They've already seen me.
True. I think the doc probably has some money. Maybe I guess I still have some money. Maybe I'll sleep on it and figure it out in the morning.
That's probably for the best.
What happened to the music?
Yes, you're definitely drunk.
What did you guys do tonight?
Well, I didn't get caught by Lone Star. I didn't drink a triple. I came home sober. And unlike the doctor, I'm not getting laid right now.
If you had come with me, you probably would have found a lot of pretty good, just like the ones you like. They're a bunch of yous there, bunch
Bunch of elves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have wires and cables to all the machines. Tried to connect to Wi-Fi. They didn't have Wi-Fi. Everything got plugged in, I guess. Thought that was kind of rolling old school, which is kind of funny because they got everything's virtual. So I thought that was kind of funny, kind of old school with the new. Interesting concept, yeah. And
There's the downfall. Interesting. Good trip, Marcus. Good trip. Well played. You should go to bed.
Yeah,
before you fall over.
Probably.
We'll reconvene in the morning over breakfast.
Enjoy your noodles. Good night.
Yes. As I sip a tea.
Okay. You're up late at night. I'm assuming you got your like bunny slippers on, and you're sipping a tea, and reading something.
Yeah.
All right. So eventually you go off to bed as well. Get some rest of your own. Next morning, everyone gets up. Marcus, of course, a little more sluggish, as he's definitely had a few the night before, but due to his robust physique and his experience in such matters, he's seems to be weathering it.
Cool.
So what are you guys planning on doing?
So, do we want to go check out the other place?
That's so loud, God. Yeah, I have nothing else going on today. I'm gonna see a few horses.
Yes. Well, let's go see if the doctor's awake.
Oh, I probably would have been first up. You guys were up late talking.
Yeah, he gets up. He's the one that made the coffee.
Oh, good. So black is his heart. Excellent.
Yes.
It's coffee brewed with coffee. All right, yeah. I'm just sitting at the table sipping at my coffee when they come bumbling out.
Okay.
So, would we like to go see the actual horse track today, since our erstwhile companion Marcus visited the virtual one last night?
Didn't invite me.
Oh, you were talking about polishing your cane for so long. I thought you would be busy.
What is a nice cane? So, it's to the horses then?
Well, if there are any. Sure. Figure that out.
I'll ping the Uber.
Okay. Yep, he's there in just a few minutes.
Well,
Shows up in like 2 minutes, and it takes us for like a half hour to get up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're driving through like traffic. It's sort of on the his track is sort of on the outskirts of the region of Toronto that you're in. It's just within the walls. So you at least don't have to leave the area, but it's definitely a good chunk of the way out of the city. And you live a lot closer to like the central part. Eventually you show up to a very large, fairly open area where there's a couple of squat, like 2 or 3 story buildings, and then the big area for the stands around the racetrack proper.
Is there anything going on right now?
There's like a couple of cars in the parking lot. Nope, not a lot. I'm assuming you're. What time of day are you going?
Probably just before noon.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few cars in the parking lot. Looks like it does say on the sign, races held daily. And you can hear like the horns in the background, and you can even hear like the whinnies and neighs of horses going. And it does seem to be that there are some races happening. Of the gates, when you guys finally like walk in and see the horses there, you notice that there are horses in maybe only a third of the gates, if that. There's only a handful of horses in each race, and not very many people in the stands whatsoever. Even going up, you see all the like the stands for like the bookies on the walls and whatnot, so you can place bets and everything. Like there's like a couple of employees there that are sort of dozing, half asleep. They have so little to do. There's like one food stand that's still open. That's selling like old hot dogs and some like peanuts and stuff.
Well, this place is not fun. No. I don't even want to lose my money here.
Well, let's go talk to some.
Okay. Where are you going?
I'm gonna wander down into the stands and talk to somebody.
Okay. you wander down to the stands. I mean, there's not a ton of people to choose from. There's one guy there that you're not entirely unsure that he doesn't maybe even partially live here. He's got like a not a tent set up beside him, but he's got like a tarp over some stuff beside him. He is holding some tickets, so he's definitely bet on some of the horses, and he's got like one of the old hot dogs in his hands, and he's just sitting there. He's got like these red ringed eyes, bloodshot, and he's just sitting there with a cigarette half out of his mouth. It's mostly burnt away, and he's just watching red-eyed as these horses go around.
Sir, can I ask you why you come here?
I don't tend to leave. There's nothing like the real horses. There's none of that betting on computer stuff. The real horses is where it's at. There's all the breeding, thousands of years of breeding going into them things. Plus, you get to know the horses. Then the virtual tracks, they generate new riders and mounts and stuff all the time, and you can't get to know them. These horses you can get to know.
And what horses are these ones on the track right now?
Oh well, I'm betting on Little Butters there because he's smaller than the others. He doesn't look so beefy, but he's fast. Little Butters is the one that I'm putting my money on. I mean, he doesn't really have like the greatest, like the worst of odds or anything. It's like a 1-2, which is, I'll still get something out of it.
Assuming you win.
Yeah, you want to go for a big risk though. You bet on Shady Slim. He's like a 1-15, I think.
Where do all these horses come from? Who owns them?
Well, half of them are owned by the track himself. He's got some breeders and people he gets to maintain them, and some of them are just private estates or rich people that wanted a horse and figured they'll get their horse to do something for them.
Interesting.
I don't know. This place is pretty good though, and they started racing dogs recently, which was nice. And I heard that they're even gonna think about people races soon.
People races.
Yeah, he's gonna race just about anything he can find.
Interesting.
Anything that'll go around in a circle and actually race proper. He's gonna branch out. My hope, I heard, and this is just rumors, but you're gonna want to come back for this. I heard if he can get enough money together, he's gonna like get some investors in, and he's gonna buy some like exotics, and so we're gonna see like a giraffe and a rhino and stuff all like race each other. It'll be great.
So you're saying that the track is not, the owner is not doing the best physically, monetarily.
Physically, he seems healthy. Monetarily, I don't know. This place hasn't been doing good in years.
Interesting.
When I was a boy, I remember when I was a boy, there was a lot more horses here, and there was some good food here too. There was a taco stand and a place. There was a stand there that sold nothing but profiteroles. Now they just got the hot dog guy.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, anytime. I don't tend to get a lot of company here. Yeah, feel free to take a seat whenever.
Well, I hope Little Butters does well today.
Me too. Me too.
And with that, I'll wander back up the stands.
Okay. It looks like they're setting up horses for like another race coming up.
Well, he was off talking to the dude. I'm just kind of like mingling around the social area, like not really touching anything, just kind of like people watching.
Okay. It's run down. It's dirty. Like it looks like if he runs any cleaning staff, it's like skeleton cleaning staff at best. There's parts that are broken down. Obviously, he hasn't paid to get it fixed or repaired in any ways. Half the washrooms are probably out due to needing repairs. It's pretty run down, all things considering.
I almost feel like we should put this horse out to pasture.
Doing anything else?
No, Sagath, this is your show. What do you want?
Yeah,
to do?
no, I'm fighting you guys.
Marcus is probably looking at the horses and making critique about how weak and puny they look. So small. Nothing like the velociraptors last night. Look at those tiny legs. I bet they couldn't run around this track more than 10 times.
They don't seem to be in the best of shape. A few of the horses maybe are a little healthier from like if they're for the private ones, but the ones that obviously belong to the track, they're not in the greatest of shape.
Well, gentlemen, I think we've seen what we need to see here.
So, while we're walking out to the parking lot and leaving, so we do this job, potentially not get paid nearly as much as we was quoted, and we run afoul of the corporation, Megacorps.
Which is why I'm thinking perhaps we'll just wait, see what happens. 'Cause I'm not entirely interested in doing something for nothing.
It's up to you guys what you do next.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have as much to push here because you guys are you're entered in an area where you got to make your own fun at this point.
Oh yeah, no, we understand.
Look, the Megas already have my name. I'm fine doing it. I'm fine not doing it. I am getting a bit bored, though. It's been a few weeks since the explosions. We gotta do something. And you know what? I lost a bit of money last night, so we aren't doing this. Gotta do something. It seems we have a pretty low betting pool over there. Maybe we head back to the try virtual, make some money there.
Sure. Let's go check this virtual place out. Perhaps I'll set something off and someone will want to talk. That's always fun. So yeah, I think we're gonna head over to the virtual track.
Okay, you head over to the virtual track, the Try Virtual Race Track. It is, by the time you get there, it'll be about 2 p.m. The place is just as packed, Marcus, as it was the previous night, with a slightly different crowd. This seems to be more when the family-friendly crowds come out. more of the tracks are and entertainment is switched over. The bars serve more non-alcoholic drinks and actual food like a restaurant.
This is disappointing.
Many of the tracks switch over to be more family-friendly
Very
content,
disappointing.
although there are still the 2 basement floors which are labeled as adult only. Looking down there, you can see it's still only alcohol, maybe some snacks, and the tracks are much more grown up in nature. There's horses down there, maybe more of the dinosaurs. There's some more themed ones. There's one that's like gory zombies, and there's even one that's like naked women that are just racing each other.
Of course. I probably like try to put my arms around them and just like pretend like I'm giving a tour of the place because I've been here before and I obviously know where everything is. And as soon as I start seeing like the family-friendly cartoony dinosaurs instead of the super realistic high definition like blood-covered dinosaurs, my voice just kind of drops. There's a bit of sadness behind it. Wait, what the fuck is a
Chuck E.
Shirley
Cheese.
Temple? Where's the vodka martini?
Did you take us to a Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't know what's going on. I know I drank a lot last night, but I don't remember all this. This is different. But look, kids. Making money off of kids. How about that?
And to get around it, but it looks like the system changes slightly for the kids ones. They don't bet money directly so much as the kids' parents buy them tokens that they can go and put into the slots
Oh, jeez.
because it's more family friendly that way.
Wow. It's amazing.
And of course, occasionally you see, a kid like really win big, and he gets a bunch of tokens back, and the tokens can be cashed out, but you see the proprietors that are there try to push these severely overpriced prizes for the
Gift
tokens
shop.
instead of getting them cashed out.
Oh yeah. Gotta get that 30,000 stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Gotta get it.
10,000 tokens for a Twinkie. Here you go, kid.
Including a bunch of like limited time, collectible items and stuff. They seem to be super smart business wise, like cutthroat, but super smart.
Oh yeah, no, this is probably almost 100% profit for them right now.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. What? This is your dance.
This place is not going anywhere.
Well, then it's decided.
So, do we want to potentially talk to the owners of this place and flip the table?
We may as well try. That seems more up your alley.
Okay. I'm going to stroll right up to one of the receptionists.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the Tri-Virtual Racetrack. How can I help you?
I am Dr. Madrick Theodore Maxwell King. I am here to speak to the owner of this fine establishment.
I'm afraid the owner does not handle complaints, but if you have any further feedback, feel free to give it to one of us and we'll log it any way you want. Is there anything we can do for you, sir?
What's the owner's name, darling?
Well, I'm afraid that information isn't something I normally give out. I mean, whatever information you can find in the public records is, of course, available.
And what would I find on the public records?
Well, I don't really know. Listen, I just work here for, serving people or helping them if, something goes a bit fritzy or they have complaints to the other patrons or something. Do you have a complaint? Should I get somebody?
I'm just trying to figure out who I talk to about potentially making an investment in this place.
Oh, an investment. Well, I can get my manager.
Please.
Okay. 1 second. Wait right here. And then she leaves. Eventually she comes back with it's another elf, but like, you know, sometimes you meet someone and you just for no reason at all want to punch them in the face. There's just something about the way they stand, something about it's not that he's an asshole, but there's just something you want to punch him in the face.
Am I
He's
looking
one of
into
those
a
people.
mirror?
And he's got a name tag on that just says Derek.
Okay.
Great.
So the guy looks at you and goes, "Hey, yeah, what?"
I'm going to assume you do not own this fine establishment.
I'm the day manager. No, I don't own the fine establishment. Would I be wearing a name tag if I own the fine establishment?
Okay. Can you tell me who does own this fine establishment? Or does nobody know?
It's a sub corporation holding. It's not owned by a person. This is a chain.
Thank you. You've answered every question I need. Thank you. Have a nice day. I turn around and walk away.
Yeah. As you walk away, you do definitely hear him say, customers.
So, what'd you learn?
I want to punch him in the face.
What, was he named Derek?
Yes.
Oh, what explains it?
So there's no real owner of this place. It's more of just a corporation. This is a chain of establishments. So speaking to a head of the place isn't really going to happen.
Well, the good news is our client doesn't know how to get a hold of us.
Sorry to interrupt. And then the lady actually comes up with a piece of paper for you and hands Madrick a piece of paper. Just in case you need it.
I look at the piece of paper and take it very daintily.
It's like information about their customer service helpline. And then she walks away.
I hand it off to Marcus.
Trash.
I don't like being handed things.
On the back of it is a brochure for like monthly payment plans if you want to be like a preferred special customer.
Just hang on to it for now.
Oh,
Well, while we're here, I move on my way over to the adult section.
Okay. So you head downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Walking through the place like I own the place.
Okay. There's more people like you downstairs. There's a mixture of some people that are here just because of a few bucks, and then there's some people that are here because they think they are everything.
I found my people. I'm just gonna blend right in.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you're easily
Just gonna
able
wait
to
for
do
him to be done.
that. Okay. All right, so you spend a little while, I'm guessing, just having some fun at the place, milling about. Is there anything specific you're looking for, or are you just having some fun and then jetting?
Just gonna have some fun. Try not to blow anything up today.
Okay.
my main purpose in this adult section, I'm just overhearing conversations, see if anybody's talking about that other track, and to see if I can hear any gossip.
Okay. Going through, you don't hear it. I mean, no one talks about the other track. No one recognizes that most of these people probably don't even know it's another track. A lot of as you go through, you do hear a lot of like the whole like I've never been to a racetrack type of thing before. It looks like it may be part of the reason this place is so busy right now is because it's new and it's different. It may be just like the newest fad that's sort of popping up. A lot of these people have never been to this type of thing before. As for general gossip, I mean, you're not getting too much right now out of these people. They're pretty focused on just having fun and what they're doing.
Okay, I'll spend my time, have some fun, and then after like an
The
hour or so.
the employees actually are very quiet. They generally are not. They don't speak unless spoken to. They don't even really socialize amongst themselves. They come in, they do what they need to do, they leave. They're all very, very professional, very well trained. So he comes back out, and looks like you guys have finished up at the racetrack. What are you planning on doing from this point on?
I am going to be horribly disappointed that my first attempt to get us a job appears to have failed so epically miserably that it could have been so much worse. We could have gotten into horrible, horrible problems, and we could have tried to perform a job and not even gotten paid.
That would have been a major cost.
Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of lamenting the fact that I am horrible at this. This is not my department.
Okay.
Maybe I should look on Craigslist next time.
All right.
I think next time we just talk to our local fixer.
But he's dirty and scummy, and I feel the need to touch him.
You can always talk to that Dr. Alba.
I guess.
I mean, we can swing by their place.
I mean, she's a doctor.
TikTok says they've been there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why not?
Okay, so you're going to look for Dr. Alba then?
Yeah, I overheard TikTok talking about the place, and so I've just been casually like looking her up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, he probably would have mentioned where she was and whatnot, so you even know where to go. You take a ride over to Dr. Alba's. The entrance is in that little side alley. It barely has a sign to it. It's almost very easy to miss. As she just seems to be some sort of semi-hidden street doc. But going in, it's this long, dark hall that leads to this what looks like a chain link fence, basically. And above it is a sign, Dr. ID Alba.
Well, that's the way to go.
The other room beyond the chain link fence seems pretty quiet, although you do hear some crashing and tinkering coming from maybe like a back room or something.
I will call out, knock on whatever surface.
Okay. So you sort of like bang on the gate or bang on the fence a bit, makes a rattling sound, and you hear, all right. All right. What's wrong? What do I need to fix?
Dr.
And
Alba,
this-
I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's me. And this orcish lady comes out. slightly older, graying hair. She still seems to be physically in quite impressive shape, all things considering.
I look at Marcus and look back to the lady. I just look back at Marcus and be like, cousin?
Cousin!
Yeah, whatever. All that cousin bullshit. I get it. Cousin. Where'd you get shot?
No, listen, here, my good friend Gat, well, he needs a heart.
I don't need a heart. Why do I need a heart?
Or was it a brain? I forgot.
Well,
No.
mean,
TikTok was through here. He got fixed up. We're here to help her with her medical supplies.
Oh. Is that... Oh, that's this place. Got it.
oh, who told you about that?
Kijiji.
Who's been posting that shit there? It's only supposed to go through the fixers.
I don't know, but we're here now. Hi.
Ah, Jesus. All right. Well, I mean, I don't even know who you are.
You know one of our friends. You've scanned him. His name's TikTok.
She goes over, like, smashes the keyboard of a computer a little bit. Oh, yeah. Gave him some upgrades. And you say he's your friend
Yeah, and roommate.
and roommate. Well, I mean, it would be perfectly rational for me to just take your word on it and completely trust you for it, of course. That's sarcasm, by the way.
What?
I realize that.
I don't even know if there's a but. You didn't come through a fixer. I don't think I've really heard of you. I've heard of TikTok. Can you?
You've
Tell
heard
you
of
what.
me, cousin. Come on, you've seen. You know who I am.
Roll a flashy for me.
That's a good flashy.
She just looks at you, looks you up and down. She's like every other Yahoo that comes in. What are you talking about?
She
You
must not
needed
have a
at
TV.
least- You needed at least a 2 for her to recognize you. At the moment, she doesn't seem to be picking it up. Did you want to invoke anything?
At least a 2? I rolled a 4.
Oh, sorry, I didn't scroll down. I was still showing the quick. I saw the 1. For some reason, it didn't auto scroll down. I was just like, it looks like a 0. Okay. So in that case, never mind. Yes, she does recognize.
Of course.
Oh yeah, you're one of the dipshits I saw on one of them recordings. I like to watch them. It's funny when they get their face smashed in because
It
that
is.
means I get paid.
It is. You can see. No one got to my face. I was the one doing the smashing.
Either way, I'm getting paid by someone.
Not if you're
like
getting
them
those
fights.
supplies taken, though. You're not getting paid if they go missing.
Well, I mean, it's them corporations, right? They get in, they buy up all the supplies before I can get to them, and then they mark them up like 500%. I can't even get in there fast enough. They got these like auto scalper things or whatever, right? So it's really hard for me to get in there. But I mean, if you guys are the type that can make things happen, I know of a shipment that's going through. Just one of the corp delivery guys. If you can maybe jack the things off the shipment and make it disappear into my hands. I mean, it's whatever I could scrape together, as well as some benefactors on the street. It's not the most amount, but it's a little something.
You know what? That sounds fun. Fuck the corporations. I'm down to have some fun. What about you boys?
I mean, that would be a nice.
The doctor's in, absolutely.
All right. I'm in.
I can get you 30K for the job.
Perfect. You give us the details. We'll get this done for you. We'll show you what we can do.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go with it then. Can't believe I'm trusting these random fucktards off the street, but well, today's my stupid day. I'm allowing myself one every month.
I note
It's
today in
definitely
the
why you should
calendar.
trust us.
All right. Here. And then she does this like motion with her hand and all of a sudden it's to your communicators, like a request for sharing files is comes in.
Boop.
And there's a route and some details on an armored vehicle. It is a Lone Star guided vehicle for transport. Looks like they're going from a depot within this section of the city, and they're planning on leaving to the higher, more secure central corporate section.
Interesting.
And it looks like it's happening in a few days.
Well,
Think you can make that happen?
Absolutely. And you want us just to bring the supplies right back to you here, or do we need to meet elsewhere for this delivery?
Depends how badly you guys fuck up. Here should be fine. If you guys think you might have a little too much heat on you, keep it low for a while. Send someone to find me, and everyone on the street knows me. I've patched everybody up, sometimes for free.
You do good
But
work.
if you get away with it, without too much heat, then just bring it here. I got places to bring it. I got people. Corpse come through here twice a month trying to say I already stole shit I haven't stolen yet. Might as well make it come true, right?
true enough.
All right, great. Yeah, get it to me in a couple of days and money's yours. Not to mention, you're doing good work for the doc. People like you.
Well, that sounds promising. I'd rather have people like me than hate me.
Good.
Oh, there's that heart coming through. We just needed to stop by the doctor.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, now unless you got parts that need replacing, get the hell out of my shop.
Doc, weren't you saying something about bumps or lumps the other night? Need her to look at it for you?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, you forgot to close your door, and there was something about get bandages, ooze. So I don't know. I might have been drunk, to be honest.
Probably.
I wrap your knuckles with my cane.
That's good. That's good. I needed that.
Gotta keep you in line. All right. So yeah.
With that, yeah, you've got some information on where the route is going. You don't know how many people are going to be on the armored vehicle, but you do know the vehicle is going to be transporting 4 decent-sized crates of various medical supplies. Each crate is large enough that Marcus could easily fit inside of the crate.
No, jeez.
Great. And how many crates are there?
4.
Sweet. 4 big-ass crates.
So we'll need a large vehicle, unmarked.
So, to give us some time to plan for it and see if we got other people that'll be joining us, I think I'm going to call it there for the night.
Cool.
Seems we had a bit of a slow night tonight, just as we're getting back into the thick of things. Hopefully we'll start kicking it into higher gear as of next week. And we'll see if maybe a more successful job will help spur things along for us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of us is really a face. The
Oh,
closest
come
thing
on.
we have to a face is Marcus, and he's
Well, I mean,
In
Maldrick's
certain
kind of
crowds.
Maldrick's built as a face. You just gotta ask him to do it.
But that would require me talking to the doctor. He's always busy.
Yeah. So, yes, before we end the recording, thank you everybody for watching. It was a bit of a shorter, not too much shorter. It was a bit of a shorter night, and we will pick this up again next week. Hopefully.
Sounds good.
Indeed, indeed.